Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark, and we're sponsored by the developer Evil Hat Games. Use code BARDROCK10 at checkout to save on your order. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit dragonmastergames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoyed the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, quarterly backer games with the network community, and an annual swag bag. Now, without further ado, let's join Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, as well as myself, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy! Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These narratives intentionally explore challenging and often difficult to listen to topics. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, substance abuse, animal cruelty, child endangerment, and graphic description of physical injuries including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Blades in Paradise, where somehow our motley crew deliver people keep making bad decisions and not suffering consequences for them. I'm Paul, and I'll be your game master this evening. As always, I'm joined by my wonderful players. Wonderful players, tell us about yourself, your playbook, and a cool fact about your character.
On the run in a hot dog bun, it's Dr. Winston Thoreau. Hi, my name's Jim. I'm playing Dr. Winston Thoreau, the spooktacular ghost of the group. And a fun fact about Dr. Winston Thoreau is that even when things go right, he has a little inkling in the back of his head, almost like a sixth sense, that he knows that everything that he did could not have gone any possible better. He just has utter confidence in everything that possibly could have gone on. I mean, he's 100% certain that all of his friends are already back in paradise, that they're just waiting for him and things are ready to go. Because nothing will ever go wrong when you're just that great.
Hello, I'm Justin. I am playing Maximilian Graves, the very, 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 very old man who is currently skydiving with a very large brute on his back, enjoying life, and I honestly hope that the explosion ripped the clothes off of his bony skeleton body so that he's just free-flapping on the way down. Fun fact about Max Graves is the fact that he believes deep in his heart that Dr. Thoreau messed up somewhere, probably in conception. Could not have gone any worse. I think his father might have sneezed and his mom hiccuped at the wrong time.
So wait, when you say free flapping in the breeze, all I can picture is like a glider squirrel, just like the flaps of skin being caught. Yeah, that's
Yes.
beautiful.
Absolutely. I think there was a episode of The Simpsons where...
Human body's a wonderful thing.
So wonderful.
I am Queenie. I play Lizzie Calhoun, the Hound. And she has this new pet that nobody's noticed, but it's always been there. Shadow is a big hunting dog. You can't tell exactly what breed he is. He seems to be somewhere between a lab and an Alaskan Malamute.
All right, Shadow is now in my campaign notes that I physically write down totally.
That was very quiet.
Bestest boy.
Most well-behaved dog I've ever had to deal with.
Yeah, whenever Lizzie gets on train or everything, she has to present papers like, no, he's my service dog. He is my emotional support dog. He is actually necessary for this job.
He holds all my emotions.
It's my combat support dog.
And speaking of which, last but not least, the party's emotional support person, Riley.
Aw.
Sterling is actually the heart of this group.
Aw. The muscle. The heart's a muscle.
Yes, it is.
Hi, I'm Riley. I play Sterling, who is a cutter, which is kind of like the tank of the group. I disagreed that we haven't had consequences as we've been stumbling around.
Maybe you've had some consequences.
Yeah, you're doing the tank's job of absorbing all the consequences.
That's true. So one of the memories that hit Sterling on this parachute down was of a dear friend, their first childhood pet, Sir Timothy Bear Club Underfoot Clown.
Everybody has a
Dang it, Lizzie. Ooh. I got an idea for one.
Yours is a rat, a dead one.
Aw.
I say you keep one of those dead rats with you at all times, and we think you're gonna use it, but it's your pet rock.
Canonically, Max has somehow jerry-rigged a bag of holding from a certain other game I will not name, and it's just full of dead rats and can only hold dead rats.
Bag of ratting.
You have somewhere between 1 and 100 dead rats. It's unclear at any given time how many, but that's all this bag can hold.
Roll a D100 at some point.
That's what I'm doing
Roll
right now.
D100, that's how many dead rats you have.
87.
You have 87 dead rats.
I have 87 dead rats.
The smell alone.
Anyway, last time, Lizzie and Winston successfully got the Wienermobile full of anabolic steroids back to paradise, while Max and Sterling blew up a dirigible and landed in the middle of the wasteland. Who should be waiting for them but Victor Lord of the Lord and Taylor gang? But why was Lord here, just waiting for them? Maybe a quick flashback can explain that. Lizzie, why don't you tell us about that phone call you made to him?
I decided to try and make a call and make amends with Swift and maybe get her help with this job by being on standby, and I would somehow make it up to her and everybody back home.
So you get on the phone and you dial Swift Taylor's number because you totally know her phone.
Yeah.
You hear it rings 2 times, 3 times. You hear a click like someone picked it up.
Hey, Swift, it's Lizzie, trying to make amends and make things better back home. Can you help me and my buddies out?
More incomprehensible gurgle noises.
Oh.
You hear someone like the rumbling sound, someone taking the phone. You hear in a very uncomfortable, familiar voice. Who is this? This is Swift Taylor's phone. How can I help you?
Kelsey, is that you? It's Lizzie.
Lizzie, you don't know the voice of your own mama?
Oh, sorry, Mom.
Over here, Nursing Taylor. She tells me you did her dirty. I know I raised my daughter better than that.
I did, Mama. I'm just trying to make it better and help her and Victor out.
Oh, good, because me and your pa have been smoothing things over for the last day. And your pa, he is in a ruckus because he thought he raised his daughter better than that. He cannot believe how dirty you did her. Who cut her throat out? Dr. Nick, forever stitches back together.
That was my friend, and I don't let him get near a knife anymore.
All right, well, we smooth things over. We have told Lord and Taylor gang we will make things right. What do you need? Because we're gonna get you situated, and you're gonna get over here so you can make things right.
We're trying to get some medicine to Salvation, and we have another people trying to get medicine too, but theirs is all drugs, and we need to have them taken out and have our friends rescued.
All right. I want you to roll sway to try and convince your mother that you're actually carrying medicine, the other people are carrying drugs, and that it's not just everybody delivering drugs.
Okay. Well, in order not to roll at disadvantage, I'm going to push myself and take 2 stress.
Right.
I got a 6.
All right. Yeah, your mom totally believes you. It's like, yeah, but there is a side effect. That's like, so you mean to tell me that you and your friends picked a fight with Swift Taylor about medicine, and you just had more medicine to deliver this whole time? Seems like a moot point, but like. Taylor, what do you think, hon? And you hear some gurgle noises and a scratching noise. You assume it's someone writing on paper. All right. She says she will send Mr. Lord out to make sure your guys' delivery goes okay. He said something about about a dirigible full of drugs.
Yeah, that's what.
He'll keep an eye on that dirigible for you.
Thank you.
All right. So I feel like that is the way the flashbacks work. Is you take stress based on the amount of help you're taking. You only took 2 stress. I'm going to take 1 more for a total of 3. Okay. And Victor Lord is now on your side when Sterling and Max land. And so we're going to cut back to Sterling and Max, and you're both unconscious after that thing because Sloppy Joe's smell is real fucking bad. You wake up to some smelling salts, and Victor Lord is right there. How you fellas doing?
Yes, I am not an old man with a fetish for knives, firstly. Secondly, you have very large deltoids. How do you swallow with those. They seem to be compressing your neck a bit. Your head looks very small on top of your shoulders. That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying you have very large muscular proportions. Sterling, help me out here.
That's enough talking from you, sir. You stabbed my friend in her throat place? I don't want to hear any more from you other than yes or no answers. You got me, son?
Son, I could be your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpappy.
That was not a yes or no answer, sir.
Of course it wasn't.
All right, let's try this again. Do you hear what I'm saying? Yes or no?
Oh, absolutely. My hearing is impeccable.
All right, close enough. And he turns to Sterling and he's like, you seem like you and your friends, some of you were not as true to your words as they could have been. But you, sir, I could see that you, just like me, your friends did something stupid and you rose to the occasion to keep them alive. I respect that.
Thank you. How many people are around?
It is Victor and the 3 gunmen that brutally shot you previously. But they all have their weapons put away. They're very chill. They're having sloppy joes or some other thing you would have around a campfire in the Old West. Beans, maybe, probably beans, grits.
Sterling, didn't I slice the throats of these? These are different gentlemen.
Oh yes, these are the Ringling brothers. They're from Tightwad. Their mom had birthed a lot of them. They are identical. Not couplets.
Barnum, Bailey.
Yes. Yeah, this is Barnum and this is Bailey.
Little PT.
Yeah, exactly. Little Petey. Yeah, they're these are you saw some of their brothers previously. They're getting the finest care Dr. Nick has to offer. What with you almost deadifying them?
Almost? Oh, I'll have to try harder in the future.
What did I tell you about yes and no answers, old man?
I wasn't speaking to you, good sir. I was speaking as an aside. You see, sometimes when you deliver a soliloquy or an aside from the play, you're probably not interested.
Oh, you were talking in your head. You see, I've been hearing weird things since your friend the doctor threw me off a train. I've been hearing voices that aren't coming out of mouths.
Oh, yes, sure. My thoughts, you heard. Only my thoughts, yes. Tell me, can you hear this one?
I want you to roll sway to try and convince him that you can't hear your thoughts. If you roll low, you come with your thinking.
Oh, I rolled in that one.
All right, what are you thinking? Because he has you pegged completely.
I am thinking, as I look at this very muscular man.
The road rash was an improvement on his face. Nothing will ever improve that smell, though. And his outfit is horrible.
Oh, sir, you are confused? That smell is from your compatriot on the other side of you there. I believe his name is Sloppy Joe. And you realize you actually, because Lord really dislikes you, sat you next to Sloppy Joe.
Oh, well, present company excluded because Mr. Sloppy, or Joe is it, he has determined that I am his great-grandfather, and he is going to take me back to his place and reunite us with his family. Long-lost pappy is what they call me, and there's going to be some actual Sloppy Joes eaten here, and, where am I?
Sloppy Joe's like, the fuck is the old guy talking about? The only reason that he's alive is because he had the parachute.
Oh, Joey, don't talk to your grandpappy that way.
Anyway, Mr. I believe your name was Sterling. Your friend Lizzie, which shot my friends, she smoothed things over with Taylor, and I was to keep an eye on this blimp there that you fell out of the sky, make sure you got out alive leg. So I'm going to escort you all back to paradise on horseback.
Did Lizzie tell us about this plan?
Lizzie, did you tell anyone about this plan, or is this just something you had on in case?
I would have told him that I was trying to get a hold of her in case.
See, you vaguely knew that Lizzie tried calling and saying sorry to Taylor.
Okay, I don't know how smoothly it went, so I'll go along, but my guard's up.
Listen, friend, if I wanted you dead, you were unconscious for the last hour, I would have killed you.
Oh, did I also say that aloud? Shit.
No, he can hear your thoughts, remember? Because he got touched by a ghost. This is now a character trait your Lord has, is he can hear your surface thoughts.
Oh, right.
Touched by a Ghost, starring Roma Downey.
Fantastic.
I'm the kind of DM who turns your stupid jokes into canon.
I thought that was just Max. No, that's fair.
I am become DM, destroyer of worlds.
Creator of worlds.
Anyway, yeah, you rest up, and we have like this little wagon. Yeah, you're all pretty injured, especially you. You look like you got like somebody who got hit by a train. You look like somebody who got hit by a train. Anyway, you rest up, and we'll get you back. We'll get you back to Paradise.
Brush back some of the singed hair.
I have a request. Taylor's asked me to parlay with you and your friends, particularly the good doctor who, unlike you, your friends, did not try stabbing us in the back, about a deal for the peaceful return to Paradise. Oh, that's fine. You stabbed us in the front. I apologize for the inconsistency.
Thank you.
And so you guys start embarking back. It's by horseback, it's like another hour to Paradise.
My hemorrhoids are going to be acting up for the next 3 days. You do know what a hemorrhoid is, don't you, Mr.
Well,
Lord?
near as I can tell, it's like you. It's a pain in the ass.
Very much so. So if there's an engorgement in the posterior section, I'm sure my good friend Dr. Thoreau could probably show you graph, or actually show you his own. I'm sure he has one or two. I think that you probably know that an old man needs a nice soft saddle for these trying
Fine, you can
desert.
sit in Sloppy Joe's lap.
Oh, Joey, my young boy, would you mind giving Pappy, or Pop, as you used to call me, a ride?
Oh, I'll ride you. That's for sure, old man.
Oh, I didn't know you swung that way. Oh, very good. But let's keep it out of the family. We don't live in Cheapskate or wherever it is.
All right, so you guys get your wagon ride back. It is an eventful ride. And while you're riding there, Lord, who basically only wants to talk to Sterling and the doc because the two of you didn't do him dirty. So basically what I'm looking for you all is I need some papers to get into Paradise. Lizzie's mama said something about your rivals delivering some drugs to a drug lord. And, well, I've been tasked with, in exchange for helping you all get your job to Tightwad, I'm going to do this job for you to get this drug lord dealt with, and I'm going to need you all to deliver some medicinal supplies to Tightwad, since you all prevented us from getting the medicinal supplies we were trying to get.
The whole time I'm thinking, it's good, everything's good.
Is there a way that I could possibly distract Mr. Taylor?
No, because there is no Mr. Taylor. There is a Mr. Lord.
Or, I'm sorry, Mr. Lord.
I mean, he's not paying you super close attention. He's pulling the horse. He's just kind of like talking over his shoulder while he's pulling.
Okay, so I'm just going to sit silently, staring intently at the back of his head, while in my mind I just keep playing a song over and over in my head. Standing tall, of my dreams, rise and fall.
Yeah, he actually, after like 2 minutes of this, he like leans over to one of the Ringling brothers and goes, "Hey, you ever see that old classic show, Perfect Strangers? You know, we have that on the VHS tapes back in Tightwad. The library has a bunch of them. You know, and you don't have a lot else to do, so I watch that on VHS all the time. No, I don't know why. That song is in my head. It is a bop."
I start adding some heavy metal sounds to it that go along with rising.
He's just bopping with you. He's jamming with you. Yeah, but you get there, and the Wienermobile is parked outside of the ESPN headquarters, and Lizzie and Winston are checking in there, having delivered their... Actually, let's circle back here. That's where they're going to meet you. Winston, Lizzie, you arrive in Paradise. You have to deliver the anabolic steroids inside of juice boxes to Julius Orange's warehouse. You have arrived. The warehouse is in the Gates district, so you don't need to worry about going through customs. You kind of just wave your Wienermobile through, flash your work papers.
Perfect. All right. Lizzie, thank you for being such eloquent company on the drive. I really, that could not have gone better. I'm really pleased with our performance. I think you and I deserve a good pat on the back for that one.
Sure, I guess.
And Shadow was just so well behaved. I didn't hear a peep out of him.
Well, of course, he only barks when there's danger.
Okay, roll a survey roll really quick to see what's going on with Shadow.
Okay, well, at least it's one that I'm decent at. Yeah, I got 2 4s.
Yeah, mixed success. You realize all too late that. I remember how I said you guys were talking to the guys at Hot Topic, and they're like, "Hey, that Wiener People got any actual hot dogs in it?" You said no, but I confirmed yes, there were.
Yeah.
You can see where this is going.
Yeah.
He is about waist deep in a pile of hot dog packaging he has torn open with his teeth and has eaten far too many hot dogs. And he has been quiet because he knows he's getting into something he's not supposed to.
Oh my gosh, you scared me, Paul.
I just looked back at him and I'm like, you should have waited till we got home and I would have fed you properly. Guess you're not hungry now.
How did he open those packages without thumbs?
Teeth?
Yeah, he tore them open with his teeth.
You can do that?
He's gonna have the runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you get the impression he probably swallowed a fair bit of plastic.
Oh, that poor man. Dog. Whatever he is. I don't like where this is going.
You actually realize he's actually just a very hairy gentleman in a suit.
I have Bigfoot and nobody knew it.
All right, we should make our way down to the warehouse and get rid of all of this contraband and then get the largest cup of coffee I have ever seen in my entire life.
Alright, so you guys roll up to the warehouse?
To the warehouse.
But you roll up to the warehouse, and famous Nathan is there, and he looks aghast at the fact you arrived first. Like, well, shit.
I hop out of the door and I do like the cool, like, what's it called? The grease slide over the hood of the Wienermobile to land right next to famous Nathan. Well, Nathan, if it isn't my dear friend. Surprised to see us?
Alive, yes.
Alive? Now, Nathan, I think that you know better than anyone that I'm kind of like a cat. I have at least 7 or 8 of those left in me, which is more than I can say for your career as a hospital distributor. I believe I'll be taking that contract back. Thank you very much.
Well, I am a man of my word, and so he pulls out the contract. He flips to the page for Paradise, and he just carefully removes it with he does that, it's annoying because it's stapled, so he has to pull out a staple remover, he has to pull out the staple, he has to remove just that page, he has to staple it back.
Why don't you just use paper clips? They're so much simpler. You don't have to go through all the rigmarole. Staples are they're just unnecessary.
I don't know, I didn't staple it anyway.
It's like everything you do. It's like you always try to do one thing that's a little bit more complicated that just makes it more difficult for everybody involved. Do you understand why you're so annoying?
Anyway, he pulls out a separate form. It's like a transition of ownership thing. And he says, it basically says, I sign over the contract for this jurisdiction to Dr. Winston Thoreau.
Thank you very much, Nathan. Lizzie, can you please come over here and witness this for us?
Sure.
Thank you. Be a dear.
And Shadow and I walk over to witness it.
Actually, funny. Apparently, your second fact about Lizzie today is that Lizzie's a notary public.
Yep.
So is Shadow.
And I'm the only one from Tightwad.
I would like to, while I'm standing there, try to slip a hot dog into Nathan's pocket.
All right, roll finesse.
Finesse. Okay, it's probably not going to be a good thing for me. Oh no, of course I have nothing in there. Yeah, and I can't push myself on this one, so I'm going to just take whatever I get. Oh, that's a 1.
Yeah, so you go to slip a hot dog in his pants, and you just accidentally grab his butt really hard. You're like, whoa, I didn't know you felt that way, Winston.
Just showing you what a pain in the ass is. damn it. Stupid.
Would Shadow have seen that?
Yes, Shadow, like the hot dog is now just on the ground, and Shadow's like munching the hot dog, and he's like, "Oh, hello there, little friend. Why is there a hot?" Anyway, here you go, Winston.
Because you're famous, Nathan. That's why there's a hot. Okay. Anyways.
Oh my gosh! I just realized that's Oscar Mayer's car. Oscar Mayer gave you his car.
Oscar Mayer and I are old friends. We go back a long time. I owe him a favor. He owes me a favor. We both owe each other a favor. And who do you think's going to be doing the distribution for us moving forward?
I see. Well, you win some, you lose some, and he hands you the contract. Like, I just need you to initial right there, and you officially gain. Within the city limits of Paradise, you have the hospital contract for distributing medical supplies.
Can I just take a look at the contract real quick just to make sure that it's on the up and up?
Oh, sure. Go ahead and roll study.
5.
Yeah, with a 5, you see it's on the up and up, but you do notice something, like, the paperwork is completely in order. But you do notice something in his eyes that says he's planning revenge on you.
Oh, revenge. I assumed that. You didn't need to put that in writing.
No, he didn't put it in writing. You just see it in his face.
Oh, in your face? I assumed you wrote that in the contract. Nathan, it was a pleasure enacting this transaction with you. It truly, truly is the best and only positive interaction you and I have ever had in my entire time knowing you.
So Julius did want me to verify, because he asked me about the status of our shipment. Now, you wouldn't happen to know anything about when that's going to arrive, would you?
Who knows if they're even going to make it here? I mean, you did hire a subpar crew.
Well, that's fair. I'm just saying it would be a shame if something were to happen and we were to be traced back to ESPN and their upstanding name.
Quite frankly, Nathan, the things that you do and the people that you pay are your business, and you're the one who's going to have to end up paying Mr. Julius for whatever missing product there may be. So, it's a shame that you lost that other contract, because that really would have gone a long way, wouldn't it have? Nathan.
Yeah, I suppose you got me this time.
I did get you this time, and it felt really, really good. I'm very happy about how this went. I don't know if you can tell on my face.
And while you guys are talking, two very burly guys, because, well, first of all, it makes sense in this context, but also apparently I just like inserting really, really big muscular NPCs in the campaign. Unload the crates of juice boxes. Like, you guys had like 4 crates or something like that. There's 1 crate over each shoulder. These things are like 50-pound crates.
That's impressive.
And they just walk them in there like they're a 12-pack of water bottles.
Oh, and Nathan, before I leave, I do want to let you know I did give your grandfather's soul to the Hot Topic in exchange for free passage to your territories. Now, if you'll excuse me, Lizzie and I must be off. And I hop back in the Waitermobile.
You son of a... And you're already gone. And so you return to ESPN headquarters, several coin richer. And as you're pulling up and unloading the car and the very, very sick dog, that's when a bunch of horses show up and you see Victor Lord. So, Winston, you also knew that Lizzie was making a phone call to smooth things over with Taylor, but it sounds like she didn't tell anybody how the call went. So what's your reaction to seeing this guy you threw off a train the one time?
I scream at the top of my lungs like a little girl, which I'm not going to do. Ah! You just see me freeze completely, and I'm just continual scream until somebody interrupts me and resets me, because it's like
Yeah.
I wave.
And Mr. Lord just very slowly walks up to you, and he reaches his hands up and he just puts one hand on your top of your head, one hand on your chin, and pops you back shut like you're a little doll with the mouth broken open. Sir, I'm going to say something here. It is you threw me off a train, and
you have very soft hands.
I do. It's because I kill people. I do it real quick so I don't get the callus.
Do you moisturize?
I do moisturize.
What's your skin routine like? Is it a cream-based thing? Is it an oil-based thing?
Here's the thing. I'm in the market for something new. I've been using famous Nathan's, Miracle Skin Tonic, but it leaves my skin a little dry.
That man is a son of a bitch.
So I've been looking for something a little bit better. I've been having to use this, I dilute it with a little bit of water so it doesn't get quite so dry.
I reach into my coat pocket and I pull out a little vial of what looks like a beige ointment, and I hand it to him and I say, just try this. I use this. It's I don't know if it's going to work for you because you already have very soft hands, but why are you here and why are you alive?
Well, I'm alive because you did a half-assed job of killing me.
I threw you off a train that was moving.
Like I said, you did a half-assed job. You should have made sure that the body was dead. You just assumed all went to plan. Second of all, respect. Not very many people can throw me off a moving train.
Where? Okay, so you're here. Where are my friends?
Oh, they're right there. They're in the thing. They're in that cart over there. They were doing a little worse than where they jumped out of an exploding blimp.
Who is the dirty, corpulent man next to them?
Hi, I'm Sloppy Joe.
I beg your pardon?
No. He's talking about me, Grandpappy.
I knew it.
Max has a grandson? I knew he had a wife. I met your ex-wife. This is your grandson? What the hell happened on that blimp?
Go ahead and roll.
Never seen this man before.
You've been saying you're my grandpappy for the last 2 hours.
Also, a quick aside. As we were riding up, I do have a question for you, Dr. Thoreau. Did you say that Oscar Mayer would be working with us to distribute the medical supplies?
Yes, he's going to be providing ambulances, cars, things that need to go and bring the people to the hospitals alongside.
Would your name be associated with this?
I prefer to keep my name off of most things for various and sundry reasons.
So we can call it the Oscar Mayer hot beef injection. Is that what we're going with, or?
We'll workshop that, Max.
Very good, very good.
Okay. Victor, what in God's green earth are you doing here?
Taylor asked me to make sure that your friends on the blimp here got home alive.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. How did they get out of the blimp?
Near as I can tell, they jumped.
You jumped out of a blimp?
I did. I leapt like a graceful swan. I spread my fleshy wings, and I reached out to the air, and it caressed every fold and crease of my body.
It really did.
Our friend Sterling, not so much. He tried to jump and wanged their head, and was out for a good chunk of the day.
So where's the dirigible?
Oh, it's all over the place.
Okay, so Joe, it appears that you're out of a job.
Well, out of a job is kind of a gray area. I have a job. Problem is, if I go back there, they're going to ask what happened to the rest of the crew. And when I tell them that y'all did a murder, they might not be happy with you. So really, what I'm in the market more for is hush money.
How would you like to work at ESPN?
Juicy Lucy's like, can I also work at ESPN? Not Juicy Lucy. Juicy Lucy was the one with the flamethrower. What the fuck was it? No, Patty Melt was the flamethrower. Juicy Lucy is the one that's here.
I'm sure we can bring you inside. We can talk to the boss man, and I'm sure with the references that we can provide, that we'll be more than happy to get you both gainful employment, provided we can all keep the events that transpired on the blimp to ourselves. How does everybody agree with that?
Can I drive the hot dog truck?
No, only I drive the hot dog truck.
Rude.
You drive a hard bargain. All right, roll sway to convince these guys that they want the job and they don't get to drive the hot dog truck.
There's an ice cream truck.
No, you see, my name is Sloppy Joe. I'm not into ice cream. I want meat and meat accessories.
Sterling, can we trust these people?
We can trust anyone who's scared of us.
All right. That is a 4 and a 2. Mixed success.
Tell you what, sir. We will accept your job offer and keep ourselves quiet, but you have to feed us. We're not going to pay for our own food. We don't care if you just feed us hot dogs out of that hot dog truck, but our food, while we're on the clock, is on your dime.
My dog already ate them all.
No, that's fine. You can talk to Mr. Meyer about getting us some hot dogs.
We can get you all the hot dogs that you need. Don't worry about it. We'll get you set up. Come on inside with us. We'll talk to the boss. We'll get you an interview. Clean yourselves up. Come back in like half an hour. Let us talk. Come back in half an hour. Everything will be okay.
Oh, this is my natural musk.
This isn't what happened on the ship.
They call me Sloppy Joe for a reason.
I didn't think it was a cute thing. Okay. Come on in.
Like, you guys open the door and immediately he's like, "Whoo! What is that smell? So, did someone kill a skunk and then shove a deader skunk inside of it?"
Hi, boss. We're back. We're heroes, kind of.
And he's like, sees like the tattered uniform. You brought the competition here?
That's a funny story. They're not as much competitors as they are defectors.
1 minute.
Traders?
What? 1 minute, Doc. Just 1 minute. And he's like, folks, we are going to take a quick 60-minute break, technical difficulties, and he just kind of ushers all the customers out and shuts the door.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Most folks don't realize it, but the world is ripe with monsters. And when you have a monster problem, you need someone who is smart.
I came over here, I saw that there was a crime scene. I figured, I'd park here on the
crime scene.
Brave.
It's just not our fight. We just honk the horn, everybody dissipates, and we just ride away.
And qualified.
If nobody is going to assist David with this, he is going to pull out his nunchucks.
Who gave him those nunchucks?
Van Helmen's family is none of those things, but they're the best we've got, so check them out on Monster Cafe. Available now wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Okay, you got defectors from Subway. And they smell like a dead skunk that ate a dead skunk.
Listen, it's his musk. I can't speak to it. I only was recently introduced to it myself. Max, Sterling, I mean, does it start? Do you get used to it after a while?
No.
Oh no, it lingers. It curls the nose hairs and the toes at the same time.
Well, you know how you were having trouble hiring for those night shift positions.
Oh, no, the night shift. That's a perfect job for this fella, yeah. You can work the dock. You can work our loading dock and the night shift. How's that sound? Yeah, I guess.
Thank you.
All right, now why? Why do we have defectors from Subway?
Well, you see, when we were on the train on the way to make our delivery of the special delivery that we talked about.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Norris told me that went off without a hitch. Great job.
Exactly. Did he also happen to manage that we stopped a train robbery on the way over there?
Oh, yes. Oh, shit, that's Victor Lord!
Yeah!
The whole time, Shadow's been right by him, licking his hand.
The funny thing about Victor Lord is...
He's my son!
No, I'm not.
Oh, sorry. I have to get it right eventually.
I reach over and I'm like, Victor, just go with it.
Last time I just went with something that man said, he stabbed my friend in the throat.
Okay, you've got a point.
Ooh.
That being said, she is my friend too.
Victor would like us to make a delivery for him to Tightwad. And you see, we also have something to pick up in Tightwad because Lizzie and I have been doing some guerrilla marketing based off of our great heroics and acquiring new customers and raising the reputation of this fine establishment. Help me, somebody!
I join in and say, yeah, we were able to get another mission, but it starts in Tightwad. Plus, I need to go see my mom before she kills me.
Oh yeah, if you have jobs that take you out there, that's fine. That's okay. What exactly are y'all delivering?
Medicine for Mr. Lord here, and then we're supposed to be picking up
Peanut oil.
Peanut oil.
Peanut oil. See, the Hot Topic stopped us on our way back and demanded. Okay, we offered to do a job for them, and we said that we'd bring back peanut oil for them so that way they could run their engines, because that was the only way we could get through and get there faster than Subway, and I don't know. Everything just kind of went out of control, and I don't know where I am anymore.
I mean, if they're paying customers, you just make sure when you make the paperwork for this job, you list more reputable customers on those jobs than Mr. Lord and the Hot Topic folks.
Okay.
I think Sloppy Joe is as reputable as possible. I mean,
We can use my mom at least for Victor's spot.
Yes, Tightwad does get deliveries once in a while, so that won't look too peculiar. Just make sure the manifest doesn't look too expensive for their cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you want to tell me about this job? Why do Sterling and Max and those two subway employees look like they were recently on fire?
oh, we were.
Oh, you were? Okay.
So the dirigible that we were on board unfortunately sprung a leak and had to make an emergency landing.
Yeah, it caught fire somehow.
All right, Max, go ahead and roll sway.
Damn it. All right. 4.
All right, 4, mixed success. So he hears what you're saying, and he's known to Max a long time because Max is one of his oldest employees, literally and figuratively. He knows you're full of bullshit, but he doesn't really care. What you're telling me is, and then he speaks in a hushed tone, like you did them a murder.
Oh, Gravity is the real criminal in this case.
And fire.
Gravity and fire. Gravity, fire, and malicious intent. Those are the villains of this story.
Yes, gravity and fire are what we're going to convince the inspectors looking into the scene of that accident of what happened. I'm going to grease the wheels and make sure it looks like you didn't do a murder to them fine employees at our very respectable rival Subway.
Well, you see, they were on a job with us.
We didn't murder.
The thing is, it was an OSHA violation, honestly. Is OSHA still a thing?
No, we don't have regulations around here. They're bad for corporate America.
The Office of Silly Helium Aircraft?
I was inspecting their backpacks, and there was just a bunch of cloth in them, and I got bored and decided to make snowflakes out of them. And that's... one thing leads to another.
Right, Max, Ben grabs you by your good hand, and he looks you in the eye, and he says, Max, and he's speaking very serious. Ben is usually pretty lighthearted with you guys. He's speaking in a very serious tone, looking you right in the eye. Max, you get this straight. I don't want any of your senile memory about this. You and Sterling were never on that blimp. You didn't come within 100 yards of that blimp. You hear me?
Oh, we certainly were not 100 yards from it until we jumped out of it.
Nope, no jumping.
It was a spectacular fire, like a phoenix falling from the ether down to... Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I completely understand.
All right.
What blimp?
I'm going to work on making that go away for you all.
Thank you, Benny.
And I'm just going to dock the cost of me doing that out of your pay. That's fine. You'll still make a tidy profit on this job. Just he's not taking any of the coin you're earning, just like your daily pay.
Yep.
We didn't do a murder.
Fine. Yes, you can all do that. I'll get this Wienermobile service so you can get off the tightwad in probably a day or two. Is that fine by you, Mr. Lord? Oh yeah, that'll be fine. That'll give me some time to do what I gotta do. What does Mr. Lord gotta do while he's here, Doctor?
He needs to come with me to the hospital to inspect the delivery of the medications that we are planning on packing up for him and delivering to Tightwad. There is some old supply there that famous Nathan is leaving behind that we can send over to Tightwad.
Ah, okay. Oh, by the way, what were you guys delivering? Like, there was like a race or something that was what was going on with Subway, right? What were you all delivering here? What was the delivery from what the fuck did I say? Salvation to here?
Medicine.
Tortillas.
Medicine. Let me see your manifest.
Well, I've been working on my manifest for about 80 years now. It's about 500 pages long.
That's manifesto.
Oh, never mind. You heard nothing.
I don't think you need to see that manifest, Benny. Plausible deniability is a very powerful drug. Almost as powerful as the drugs we were delivering.
Doc, you know how I just told Max I was going to cover up the fact he and Sterling did a murder?
Yep.
I'm not just your employer. I'm your friend. I'm here to make sure you don't get in trouble. Which means I need to know when you did something stupid.
Well, we didn't go through customs. We didn't show anybody that we had anything other than the trunk full of sweaty balls and some novelty t-shirts and a bunch of hot dogs. That being said...
Which are all gone because my dog...
Incidentally, the dog is now because he ate a bunch of very processed meat, very flatulent.
That being said, Orange Julius may be coming to us looking to make additional deliveries later on.
Orange Julius, you say? Okay.
Yeah, the one you've heard of him? He's you know the name?
You know my policy on helping people give drugs to children.
I'm assuming you're against it.
I am firmly against it.
What is your policy on having a monopoly on the entirety of the hospitals in Paradise?
Oh, you're sharing that with me.
Well, you're part of this. I mean, you have to make deliveries for us.
That's great. You're giving me the contract to do the delivery part. That's cool. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But what are you planning on doing about the fact you just helped one of the biggest drug dealers in Paradise produce anabolic steroids for small children?
I hadn't gotten that far. You see,
Mr. Lord places his hand on Winston's shoulder. It's okay, Winston. He can know. Me and my boys here are going to liberate those juice boxes from Mr. Oren in exchange for your delivery services.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, so that's Benny's having trouble. I'm having trouble.
Benny, you know me. I think everything through. I always have a contingency plan and a backup, and you should just be very happy with how things went.
Embrace the suck. That's your catchphrase.
That's fine. Mr. Lord, I will get you some papers so you can wander around freely under an assumed identity. You give me the night to do that, and you'll be able to move freely around the Gates district of Paradise. Mr. Lord, you go on, and Mr. Joe and Miss Lucy, you go, and we have workers' apartments I can get you set up for. Just take these keys and papers over here, and you go rest for the night. You all, we're gonna have a talk in my office.
Ooh, well, before we do that, I'm very parched. Do you mind if I get a drink first?
As long as it's not one of those juice boxes.
Sterling, are you okay? Do you need medical attention before we do this?
Never mind.
Could we...
Sterling's stable. They should be able to get medical attention afterwards, but, stable.
All right. I'll grab a coffee and I'll be right in, Benny.
A glass of water would be great.
Do you want one?
Hot tea, please.
All right. Hot tea. Anyone else?
Then he just reaches behind the counter and pulls out a bottle of whiskey.
Yes,
Well, yeah, that goes in it. It's called Irish.
Oh, no, I'm drinking it straight. He just pours an 8-ounce glass of whiskey straight.
One of those nights, I see.
Actually, go ahead, and anyone who wants to, go ahead and roll a study to see what they remember about Benny's eating and drinking habits.
I got nothing in study. I'm not gonna do it.
I got a 4 on zero dice.
Okay.
I got
rolled a
1.
How did Sterling do?
I don't think Sterling would be studying. Can I just take a shot
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
from the bottle?
With a 4 on a 0 dice, Doc, you realize, in the back of your mind, have I ever seen Benny eat or drink anything besides this whiskey?
Oh no.
Benny, do you need a light lunch before we...
I knew it. He's a robot. Rat-controlled robot.
I am fully nourished, don't you worry.
Benny, I compel you to not be mad at us.
I'm not a ghost, Doc.
God damn it. All right.
Actually, go ahead and roll a tune.
2 5s.
2 5s. So, when you jokingly try and do that, you realize that 1, Benny isn't a ghost, but 2, he's not pinging the way normal folks ping when you do that. If you were to try doing that to a person, it wouldn't work anyway. It doesn't work on him either, but it just kind of pings different. When you put a straw in a glass of water, it looks different when you put a straw of salt water.
Okay.
Kind of like that. There's something partially off about that, and you can't put your finger on it. But you've never tried controlling him like a ghost before to notice that.
Interesting. Learn something new every day.
Anyway, y'all get situated. Benny has his glass of whiskey. Apparently, to go over y'all the policies of this company, what is our position on crime?
Yes.
I didn't get a handbook.
Winston, what you volunteered to be the team leader and you didn't give Sterling a handbook?
Listen, I gave him my copy of the game. I gave him at least like 3 magazines. There were other papers in there. I can't help it if the handbook just got lost in with all of that. I mean, I'm not a reader.
All right, victimless crime? Okay. Crime that undermines our corporate overlords, the great landowner corporation? Okay. Crime that causes harm to children and others? Not okay.
Which is why we're trying to fix it with Victor helping us.
Yeah, that's fine. I appreciate you trying to fix your mess. Y'all shouldn't have taken that job in the first place. Also, Lord and Taylor gang, did they hurt anybody besides you?
They were going to.
No, they weren't actually.
Yes, they were. They were going to take the shipments of medicine that were set forth for.
They were going to take all the medicine, Doc?
Yes.
That's a lie.
We told them that they could have all of the goods from the luxury car. We told them they could take all of the valuables, and they needed to leave the medicine. And they said that they were going to take half of it.
As I recall, the DM who took notes, they agreed to take 2 crates. That was the compromise you reached with them. You reached the compromise, and then you stabbed them, literally.
I didn't stab them, literally.
No, you as a group.
Jimmy would have loved to have had that medicine to prevent him from being Tiny Jim, if you know what I mean. He has do it for Jimmy. We had to stab them for Jimmy's sake.
Lizzie, why don't you tell everybody about the financial state of Tightwad? Tell them what's like living in Tightwad, what the supplies are like in Tightwad.
Pretty well non-existent, and I was lucky to get out.
So Tightwad probably could use that medicine more than the expensive-ass hospital in Salvation. So they probably wouldn't notice 2 cases of medicine. And you all stabbed them over 2 cases of medicine.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
And I only shot because I was defending my teammates.
Right. I understand that. I'm chastising you as a group. It's fine. You all act as a group. You take responsibility as a group.
Listen.
Sterling, at least, saw that you all make mistakes, and Sterling did what Sterling does best and kept you all alive. Great job, Sterling.
Shaky thumbs up.
Sterling, you're looking a bit peaked.
The first rule of operating an illegal smuggling operation is honor among thieves. If the other criminals agree not to hurt you or anyone else, you could call collusion, my friend. You can collude with them. You could have pretended to stop the robbery. You chose to violence over people who were like you. And Doc, I know.
I tried my best, Benny, to make it so that everyone made it out safe.
I know.
I tried my best.
I believe you, Doc.
A weak link is the old man.
Hey, he's not a weak link.
An unpredictable link.
Oh, I very much am, actually.
Max.
Have you seen my hand is not working properly? It's the middle finger will not go down, no matter how much I clench.
I got you covered, Max. And he reaches into his desk and pulls out a new hand. Here you go.
Oh. Is this an upgrade? Oh no, this is one of those anatomical model things, isn't it?
All right, Benny, I take the blame for what happened. I'm the one who made the deal. I got in over my head. Famous Nathan showed up, and you know how I feel about Famous Nathan, and he started in with his bull.
It's fine. You don't need to say anymore, Doc. It's fine. I just wanted to make sure you were all on the same page about this. The next time you agree to deal drugs for a drug lord or pick a fight with somebody who's not hurting anyone, we're going to have more serious conversation. Is that clear? Very.
Crystal.
Fantastic. I want you to all go get some rest, go see Dr. Nick, and get it taken care of. I know Sterling especially needs the good Dr. Pepper's care.
Dr. Thoreau, which doctor is it that we don't like? Is it Dr. Pepper?
Famous Nathan.
Oh,
Famous Nathan's a distributor, not a doctor.
That's right.
Yeah, no, you saw Dr. Pepper in Salvation. That was Dr. Cornelius Pepper. This is Dr. Nicholas Pepper, his cousin.
I thought that was Mr. Pibb.
Oh no, Mr.
Sorry.
Pibb is the administrator for the hospital.
Oh. I'm very confused. Good Dr. Thoreau, perhaps you should examine me. I trust you. Obviously, I'm not working as well as I used to. Age catches up, and, the arrow of time points in one way only. Maybe, a private exam, if you don't mind.
Max, I'll be more than willing to talk with you about whatever it is that's ailing you, but I'm not that kind of doctor, if that makes sense.
But you're the only one I trust.
All right, well, let's have a conversation then.
Dr. Pepper's good.
Dr. Pepper is overrated in many circles. I believe
Many people say they prefer Coke to Dr. Pepper.
I do. I really do.
Neither one is particularly good for you. Rust the chrome off a trailer.
No.
Could go see Dr. Thunder, though.
I lift my shirt and show the floss stitches.
My 14th wife. That reminds me of her. Anyway,
Sterling just falls and slumps on the floor.
Just a little singed. It's not too bad. I guess maybe banged up.
Are you willing to admit you're less than okay?
Sterling, don't worry, I got you covered. He pulls out some of Oscar Mayer's bona fide medical tonic.
I grab Max's collar.
Just have a glass of this.
I look Max dead in the eyes and say no, and then I take a drink.
And you can either... What levels of harm do you have marked in your box? I think it's all of them.
I have 2 level 1 harms and level 2 harm. Unless I've added more since the fall.
I think instead of level 3 harm, we just knocked you unconscious, so... I go ahead and remove one of the level 1 harms of your choice. You have washed it away with alcohol.
Chocolate starfish in the hot dog flavored water.
Excellent.
And that's just free. That's not usually downtime activity. That's just your boss is taking care of you. You got some first aid via medical time.
Nice.
I'm gonna say my hands are in better shape.
There you go. Your hands are less shaky. You know, alcohol's historically accurate for making you do it.
Hey, you don't know what's in that
Lizzie
tonic.
healed up last time completely with alcohol.
I know.
It could be a cannabinoid tonic. They have those now.
Disinfects you from the inside out.
Exactly.
That's why she's a drunk.
All right, so you all go get patched up, and this time tomorrow, come back and I'll have the Wienermobile loaded up with the supplies you're taking to Tightwad.
Ooh, can we all fit in there?
You would not believe how much room is inside those buns. You'd think it would be a tight squeeze, but you can just slide right in there.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that Wienermobile really cuts the mustard.
Yeah, it's the longest wiener I've ever seen.
And you guys were falling behind, and it really helped you catch up.
I relished the opportunity. What can I say?
Third longest I've seen.
I'm not even gonna ask what the other 2 are.
Nope, none of us are, I don't think.
The year was 2302.
Nope, and on that note, we are going to call it a night.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Faith Queenie Long as Lizzie Calhoun, and Mel Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Dami Widener is our editor. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrocknetwork, starting at just $3 a month. You can join us on Discord, you can come play games with us, we'll even send you network swag at the end of the year. You can visit our sponsor, Evil Hat Games, and use code BARDROCK10 to buy cool games like Blades in the Dark, and let them know we sent you. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, word of mouth, or rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friends.